What's going on, everybody? JJ Starwind is here, and yes, it has been a while since I made another recording / YouTube video. Give me 1 second here. So the reason for my coming back is I just got through playing the extra DLC story from Tekken 8. So there was another update in the game. So it's been almost a year since the game came out. Came out in January of 2024. And so we're still in Season 1. So Season 1 released its third character. Namco did. They released Heihachi Mishima. Yeah. The very person who we all thought was supposed to be dead. And he's not dead. Alright, so there might be some spoilers. I don't want to drag the audio recording too long, but this story, I have to agree with a lot of the fan base, the Tekken fan base, that this particular DLC story with Heihachi Mishima, it was all over the place. Like, it was, wow. It was all over the place. That's probably the best way I can break it down, because just the part where they was explaining the existence of the Tekken monks, like, I'm like, where have these guys have been throughout the entire story, number one? Where have they been? We never even heard these guys. There was another faction of the Mishima family, or the clan, that we didn't know about. And they just came out of nowhere. And here's what bothers me about this too, because it's like, the Tekken monks exist for the purity of the Mishima style karate. The purity of it all. To give it honor, right? And yet they picked the most dishonorable and wicked guy that they can choose from within their clan in Heihachi, knowing all the crazy stuff that he did throughout the world. And hell, in some of the earlier games and even the movie, like, he was hell-bent on destroying the world, and all for the sake of eradicating evil. He was that twisted. So for them to pick the very person that was like the polar opposite of what they strive for in their clan was a serious head scratcher in and of itself. And then, like, what was also crazy is that they were trying to make him become more pure in heart by making him fight his inner demons, or his inner self, which was the old Heihachi that everybody knows about in the game. So he does all that only to destroy a large meteor that was caused by the fight between Jin and Kazuya in the main Tekken 8 story. And what's interesting about that is, I think both Jin and Kazuya lost their devil powers. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. After that fight, after their father and son duel, right? I know for a fact Jin did, and I believe Kazuya did too, because he ended up losing. So that's besides the point. But like, so they caused the meteor crash, which the Tekken monks call it the Star Crusher trial. So this big meteor comes down on Earth, and Heihachi's there ready for it. And he's able to break away the meteor. He blows it up. But he did it with a headbutt. I'm not kidding. There's your spoiler. He did it with a headbutt. And that headbutt is what triggered him to get back to his old self again. And you're probably thinking, how did he lose his memories to begin with? Well, apparently he got beat up so bad by Kazuya in Tekken 7. It was a great fight, by the way. He ended up losing to Kazuya. And everybody saw him fall in the lava. Like, Kazuya dropped him in the lava. He's watched him go in the volcanic lava. There's even a scene in Tekken 8, one of his win quotes, Heihachi, sorry. Heihachi says, "You thought lava could kill me?" He literally said that. He literally says that. Like, and in the game we see Tekken 7, we see Heihachi drop in the lava. I'm thinking, okay, he was supposed to be dead for real. Like, everybody saw this, including Kazuya. And yet, when you play the DLC, this monk called Siryu comes out of nowhere and saves this man. So he was laying in the cut underneath them craters, them volcanic lava craters, waiting for Heihachi and Kazuya to duke it out. I guess just to see which one was going to be more pure of heart or more honorable to carry on the Mishima style. Are you serious right now? Are we serious right now? Namco? So that's what helped Heihachi live, and I guess because of that fight, that's how Heihachi lost his memories. And then they trained this man for, they said 6 months, just so he could eventually lead the Tekken monks on. Especially after the Kazuya Jin duel, which Jin technically won. So what was the point in doing all that? If they could foretell the future, if they had psychic abilities like that, them training Heihachi would not have been necessary whatsoever. It would not have been necessary at all. It would not be necessary for them to go out of the way to find Heihachi, who, like I said before, was the polar opposite in their belief system of what Mishima style karate is about. Okay? It is like the polar opposite. And number two, if you foreseen that Jin Kazama was going to defeat Kazuya Mishima, then again, put all your eggs in one basket for a Jin Kazama. Let him be the successor of the Mishima style, even though he made the decision to do away with it by forming his own karate. Okay? And maintaining the Kazama style traditional self-defense. That's what Jin decided to do. So he wanted to do away with Mishima style karate, which was the correct decision. Just based on what he was going through in his life, yeah, it was the right decision. And even so, with these Tekken monks, it's like they could have picked him, they could have picked anybody else in the Tekken lore other than Heihachi and probably his daughter too, since his daughter right now is probably the only person that legit has the devil gene in her blood. And they didn't really go in depth on how, how close they are with Heihachi. I'm talking about Reina. Like, they didn't go in depth on what the plan is. Apparently, Heihachi has her for a plan. Okay? I'm wondering what that's going to be about. Even though I thought Reina had her own plans. And it's pretty obvious, like, when Tekken 9 comes out, she's going to be the next villain. Like, they were building up on that. Okay? They were building up on that. So, it was cooking to be something interesting without them inserting Heihachi back into the story. Now, we got the same old family triangle with Heihachi, Kazuya, Jin. I guess it's a diamond now with Reina. So now it's a diamond. So in the next game, does Reina actually kill her father? Or does Heihachi sacrifice her some kind of way so he can become a devil? You guys tell me in the comments, man. Seriously. Now, there was some positive things I did like about the DLC. I ain't gonna sit here and completely bash it. Okay, obviously the music was awesome. Like, I heard some remixes in the soundtrack, and while playing the DLC, I recognized some tracks, especially Tekken 3 and Heihachi's themes in Tekken 3 and Tekken 4. Like, that was nice. That was pretty cool. And Eddie Gordo coming back, getting redeeming points based on his last story, that was awesome. So that jump was not real when he lost to the Otaku. That wasn't real. Okay. He got some cool points there, only to get crushed by Heihachi in the end. Same thing with Lydia. Some people don't really care for her. I think her style karate is like Shotokan. It's pretty fluid, It's not bad. I mean, she is pretty good to play. I'm not even gonna lie, but I guess everything else about her, people don't really respect for some reason. But, she got her shine a little bit, only again, like Eddie, to get washed. I'm like, man. But poor Yoshimitsu, sorry about that. Poor Yoshimitsu, like, this dude, I was wondering why he was not in the main story for Tekken 8 for some reason. Like, we didn't even see him. I'm like, where the heck is Yoshimitsu at? Huh. But then, only for him to be in the DLC and not even get a chapter of his own. And he's been in every Tekken game since Tekken 1, just like Heihachi. I'm like, what's going on? Like, seriously, Yoshimitsu didn't even get a chapter. He wasn't even in the main story. Dang, man. Talk about the ultimate jobber. That ain't even a jobber. Talk about the ultimate diss. to not even get your own chapter, not in the main story or this DLC that came out. But then again, we don't know. There might be another DLC. Maybe Namco will hear the complaints that, okay, you put Yoshimitsu in the game, but you didn't bother to make a chapter for him. He was just kind of there as a NPC, really. Or CPU, however you want to look at it. Like, damn, man. Y'all didn't play Yoshimitsu at all? Wow. Wow. Poor Yoshimitsu, man. He's got to get some shine again. You don't put this man in every single game only for him to be like just a side character over and over again. Like, what gives? You know? His only cool points was saving Eddie Gordo from death. Pretty much. Oh yeah, and Lydia too. Apparently Lydia saved his life as well, which that came out of nowhere, but okay. And yes, it was Lydia that was the person he hadn't seen in 10 years, not Jin Kazama, because that was the point where Eddie got to fight Jin Kazama, like in the beginning of this DLC, and for some reason he decided to quickly forgive him for Jin's mishap of not saving his master from death, Eddie's master. So, oh, okay, everybody is forgiving Jin. Jin is like awesome now, even though he was a badass in Tekken 6 and he was messing up a whole lot of people's lives. Ah, man. Okay, overall, this story was all over the place, guys. It really was. Now, there's a few things I missed out, and it's not coming to my head quick enough, but yeah, I'm just letting y'all know this story was crazy. The fact that Heihachi just comes back again. He was supposed to be dead. Just like with Capcom with Bison. Y'all, these two are supposed to be dead. What are these developers doing, man? It's like, damn, I know it's about the money, but still, like, people was ready to move on, man. Okay, we good on the Mishima Saga. We're good. Now we can kind of move on. Even if we're not good on the Mishima Saga, at least we got a new player, a new villain in Reina to kind of muck things up a bit, right? Oh, okay. Oh, no. We can't do that. Let's bring back the classic. Let's bring back Heihachi again, so he can continue to be a thorn on Kazuya's side as well as Jin's side. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go with it. But anyway, okay, that's the end of my rant or ramble. You guys let me know what you thought about the whole DLC thing, man. Wow. Yeah, we'll see who the last character of Tekken 8 is going to be. I have no idea who is it going to be. It could be somebody from outside the Tekken universe. They could very well do that. And then there's Season 2. And who knows what Harada and company is thinking about for Season 2. But anyway, that's it. This is JJ Starwind here. Signing off. See you all on the next one.